I knew Christmas dinner was going to be a disaster the second I walked into my parents' big, icy Victorian house. 10 minutes later, my mom smiled that tight little smile and told me to sit at the kids' table. Not extra chair, not squeeze in, the kids' table. And later that night, I dropped one photo in the family group chat that finally said what I'd been swallowing for years. I was the youngest of 4. I was 28, I paid my own bills, and I had a career I was proud of. But in my family, adulthood only counted if you were married with kids. My older siblings followed the script, so they got treated like real people. I didn't, so I stayed the baby, which was just a cute word for the one we don't respect. When I arrived, my oldest brother was already acting like he owned the place, his wife herding their kids. My sister was there too, polished and perfect, bouncing her baby like a prop. My dad posted up at the head of the table, booming orders like he was running a show. I slid in quietly, hoping to survive one meal. My mom hugged me like it was a checkbox and chirped, "Maya, sweetie, so glad you could make it." Then she looked past me, already rearranging the room in her head. I waited for someone to point me to a seat. Nobody did, of course. Then my mom turned to me, all syrupy and calm, like she was doing me a favor. I froze because I already knew what was coming. "Maya, why don't you sit at the kids' table? We saved you a special spot." Slow motion, because my brain refused to process it normally. First, I stared at her smile. Then I looked at the adult table with real plates and wine. Next, I saw my siblings sitting there like they belonged. After that, I spotted the empty chair for nobody. Then I looked back at the kids' table. Paper plates, plastic chair, mashed potato chaos. And finally, I felt my face burn while everyone pretended this was normal. I sat down anyway, because part of me still tried to be easy for them. A toddler dropped broccoli under the table and nobody cared. I could hear adult laughter in the next room, clinking glasses, like I was an embarrassing accessory they'd tucked away. That's when something in me snapped clean. I stood up, quiet, no speech. I grabbed my coat and walked straight to the front door. Behind me, my mom finally noticed the optics shifting. "Maya, where are you going?" I didn't turn around. "I'm leaving. Enjoy your dinner." The door slammed, and the cold air hit me like freedom. I drove until my hands stopped shaking, and my phone started buzzing like it was trying to crawl off the seat. My brother, "This isn't funny." My dad, "Don't act like a child. Get back here." My mom, "You're ruining Christmas. Don't make this about you. You're being selfish." Selfish for refusing to be parked with toddlers like a broken toy. So I blocked her, and it hit me how predictable they were. They only treated me like family when they needed something. A last-minute favor, a babysitter, someone to be the bigger person. Anytime I pushed back, I got the same line: "You'll understand when you have kids." Then I opened the family group chat where they were already shredding me. Overreacting, tantrum, drama. I typed one message, short and sharp. This wasn't about a chair. It was about a lifetime of being treated like I was less than because I didn't play their marriage and babies game. They responded exactly how they always did. My dad called me dramatic. My brother said I owed everyone an apology. My sister tried to sound gentle, but it still came with pressure, like I was the problem to fix. So I gave them a mirror. I pulled up an old, perfect Christmas photo. Everyone smiling, everyone posed, everyone looking like a catalog. And there I was, on the edge, half hidden, forcing a grin like a hostage. I dropped it into the chat with one caption: "Here's to the perfect family, always making sure the youngest knows her place." Then I turned my phone off and let them sit in the silence I'd been swallowing for years. The next day, my mom finally called, voice tired, like she'd run out of tricks. "We need to talk. You're breaking the family apart." I said, "No, you did that. You just didn't notice because you were busy setting the table." For once, she went quiet. Then, small and uncertain, she said, "I'm sorry. I didn't know you felt that way." Maybe she meant it. Maybe she just hated looking bad. Either way, I didn't run back. I told her, "I'll think about it," and I meant it as a boundary, not a surrender. Christmas wasn't ruined. It just finally wasn't about keeping their picture-perfect lie intact. I chose myself, and the world didn't end. What would you have done if your own family put you at the kids' table? Would you walk out too?